Hi everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. For today's worksheet, we are going to focus on Term 4 Practice Paper 1. Let's take a look at the first question. The first question is in section A, is an MCQ question, and the question is, what does the digit 4 in this number stand for? So, to identify what the digit 4 stands for, we need to first label the place value chart, starting from the smallest place value, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. So, the digit 4 actually stands for 4 10,000s. So, your answer should be number 4. Let's go on to question number 2. Which of the following is not a factor of 54? So if it is not a factor of 54, the number cannot be divided by 54 cannot be divided by the number. So you write here not a factor of 54. 54 cannot be divided by the number. So let's take a look at the first option. Can we take 54 divided by 6? Yes, the answer will be a 9. So this is not the answer. Next, can we take 54 divided by 7? If you list the 7 times table, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and 70. Is there a 54 in the list? No. The nearest, closest but smaller answer is 49, position 7. So you have 7, remainder 5. So 54 cannot be divided by 7. This is actually the answer. Okay, but we need to go on to check the other options. Can 54 be divided by 3? Let's work it out. 54 divided by 3, tens, ones. List down the 3 times table. 5 divided by 3, we choose 3, position 1, 1 times 3 is 3, you subtract, 5 minus 3 is 2, bring down the 4, select, there is a 24, position 8, 8 times 3 is 24, when you subtract, you get 0. So 54 divided by 3 is actually 18. It can be divided, so this is not the answer. Last but not least, 54 divided by 9 is actually 6. This is also divisible, so that this is not the answer, and therefore the answer should be number 2. Let's go on to the next question, question number 3. What is the remainder when 5001 is divided by 7? So you need to work out your long division. 5001 divided by 7. Draw the place value chart. You have the ones place, tens place, hundreds place, and the thousands place. List out the 7 times table, which is 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and 70. Now let's begin. Can we take 5 divided by 7? Is there any number closest to but smaller than 5? No. So it's a 0. 0 times 7, 0. you subtract 5 minus 0, 5, bring down the neighbor 0, 50 divided by 7, which is the nearest, 49, position, 7, 7 times 7, 49. So let's start to subtract from the smallest place value. Can we take 0 minus 9? No. So we need to regroup. So 5 become a 4. Regroup to the 10 minus 9 gives 1. 4 minus 4 gives 0. Okay, then we cannot stop here. We continue. Bring down our neighbor. 0. 10 divided by 7. Closest but smaller than 10 is 7. Position 1. 1 times 7, 7. When you minus, you need to regroup. 10 minus 7 is a 3. Bring down the neighbor 1. Which number should you choose? That is closest to but smaller than 31. We should choose 28. Position 4. 4 times 7, 28. When you subtract, can I take 1 minus 8? No, so I need to regroup 2, and the smaller place value becomes an 11. 11 minus 8 is a 3. 2 minus 2 is a 0. So the question wants a remainder. The remainder is actually here. So the remainder is 3. Answer is 3. Let's go on to question number 4. How many thirds are there in this mixed number 4 whole and 2/3? To answer this question, you need to express the mixed number as an improper fraction. So how do I change this to an improper fraction? There is a shortcut. You multiply and you add. 3 times from mixed number to improper fraction, the denominator remains the same. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. So 14 thirds. So how many thirds are there in 14 thirds? It is simply 14. Okay, so the answer should be number 4. Let's go on to question number 5. 3/8 of 56 is a number. What is the missing number in the box? In this box here. What is 3/8 of 56? So for this, we can actually draw a model to help us in our understanding. Okay, look at this fraction. Altogether, how many parts is it divided into? It's divided into 8 parts. So I'm going to draw a model and divide it into 8 parts. Okay, and then for this 8 parts of 56 means there is a total. This 8 units has a total of 56. And I'm interested in how many units? I'm interested in 3 units. So I shade 1, 2, 3. That is my aim, to find out what is the value of 3 units. So I'm going to write down 8 units is equals to 56. So 1 unit, if I want to find 1 unit, I will take 56 divided by 8. Answer is a 7. And we want to find the unknown question mark, which has how many units? 3 units. So to find 3 units, we take 3 times 7, and our answer is 21. Answer is number 4. Next, let's go on to question number 6. Find the value of the subtraction of these two fractions. Okay, so let's try to work it out. 11/12 minus 3/4. Now when we add or subtract fractions, it's very important that what must remain the same? The denominator must be the same. So between 12 and 4, what must I change both of them to? I need to find the common multiple. So 12 times table, we list the multiple of 12 followed by the multiple of 4. What is common? 12 is common. So our aim is to change both the denominators to out of 12. Now 11/12 is already in 12ths, so it remains as 11/12. 3/4. From 3/4, from 4, how do I get 12? I multiply by 3. So if the denominator is multiplied by 3, the numerator should also be multiplied by 3. So 3 times 3 is a 9. 11/12 minus 9/12, you should get a 2/12. So your answer is very straightforward. 2/12. Answer is number 1. Let's go on to question number 7. Which of the following fractions is greater than half? Greater than half. So in order to do this question, we need to draw out each model from option 1 to option 4. So let's start with option 1. I have over here 1/3. So divide into 3 equal parts. I shade 1. Okay, for 2/5, same thing, the whole should remain the same. This time around, how many parts do I divide it into? 5 parts. So I draw 4 lines, and I'm interested in 2 units. Moving on to option 3. Same whole. This time around, I cut it into 7 parts. And I'm interested in 4 parts. Last but not least, same thing, same whole. I divide it into 11 parts. And I'm interested in 5 parts. Now here comes the challenge. Which of the following fractions is greater than half? So look at the first model. You have 3 units. What is half of 3? It is actually 1.5. So I cut. So if it is half, it should be the blue shaded part. But you realize the green is smaller than the blue. So number 1 is wrong because they want greater than half. Okay, so since the green is smaller than blue, it's wrong. Let's go on to number 2. 2/5. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. You cut it into 2, you should have 2.5. So same thing, I'm going to shade half one side of the cut. The green is still smaller than the blue part, so wrong, not correct. Next, number 3. 4/7. So if there are a total of 7 boxes, half of 7 is 3.5. So this time around, I shade one side of the half. You notice that the green is greater, is more than the blue shaded part. So yes, this is the answer. Let's just do a double check for option 4. 11, we have 11 units. We cut it into half, it should be a 5.5 this way. And then you shade, you realize that the green is smaller in size than the blue, so this is not correct. So your answer is indeed number 3. Let's go on to the last page. when a number for section B, okay, is a 2-mark question, so you have to make sure you write your answer on the answer blank. You do not have to write answer statement for this. So for section B, question number 8, when a number is divided by 8, it gives a quotient of 25 and a remainder of 6. What is the number? So let's try to write down what the question means. The question means when number divided by 8, it gives you a quotient, means an answer of 25, remainder 6. So if you want to find the question mark, you need to work backwards. Instead of divide, now it should become a times. Take 25 times 8. So work it out. 25 times 8. 5 times 8 is 40. 8 times 2 is 16 plus 4, 20. You have 200. Do not forget you have a leftover of 6. So you need to add it back. 200 plus 6. You should get 206. This is the answer for question number 8. For question number 9, it's very similar to question number 8. So let's try to understand the question first. When a number is divided by 5, it gives a quotient of 172 and a remainder of 3. What's the number? So same thing, let's try to write down what we understand from the question. When a number is divided by 5, it gives a quotient of 172, remainder 3. So what we have to do now is we have to find the number. So working backwards, instead of divide, now we times. Take 172 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 7 times 5 is 35 plus 1, 36. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 3 is 8. So you have 860. Do not forget about the remainder 3. So take 860 plus the remainder 3. Your answer should be 863 for question number 9. Let's go on to the last question, question 10, which looks very similar to what we have done. When a number is divided by 7, it gives a quotient of 329 and a remainder of 4. What's the number? So same thing, let's first try to understand the question. When a number is divided by 7, it gives a quotient of 329, remainder 4. So to find this question mark, we need to work backwards. Instead of divide, now we times. We take 329 times 7. Work it out at the side. 9 times 7 is 63. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 6, 20. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 2, 23. So you have 2,303. Do not forget about the remainder. Add the remainder plus 4. Your answer should be 2,307. With this, we've come to the end of the worksheet. Thank you.